So transitioning from admissions director to institutional advancement, really I accepted that position because I really saw the opportunity that we could get down to what the real need was, which was to increase tuition assistance, to impact the school's operating budget. Because as I got more involved in leadership here at Heritage Christian School and really was passionate about the mission, what you really begin to see is that we're very tuition dependent. It's almost 90% of our revenue is tuition based, and that even our tuition assistance comes out of the operating budget. So tuition dollars are funding tuition assistance. And it was kind of a vicious cycle. I would sit in the budget meetings and really feel the crunch depending upon enrollment was what dictated what could be in the budget or whatever. And it's not really always really glamorous to give to an operating budget or to funding in that way. Most of our funding here at Heritage has been very project driven. So it was real exciting for me to think that we could pull together a team of people that had a passion and a vision for these kids and this ministry and be able to develop a fund that would sustain Heritage Christian School and its mission so that even my grandchildren may be able to, my children could afford for their children to attend Heritage Christian School. And so that's, I think, how it all started. To get me into advancement was really to advance the mission of Heritage Christian School with a team of people that we could implement an annual fund. If you look at schools our size, budget-wise, enrollment-wise, and how long they've been around, an annual fund has been a sustaining factor in fundraising. It's what's helped create another revenue stream. So we're not so dependent upon tuition, which means we have to increase tuition. So in order to get more revenue, to help subsidize inflation and things like that. And in these economic times, the average middle-class American family needs help to afford a private education tuition. And I believe that we can do that through this fund. Then the admissions director can now do what I was doing and sit across from a family and not only offer something that will impact their child for all eternity, but can also afford it. The way I see the annual fund mission impacting Heritage, is in a multitude of ways, not just tuition assistance. As you sit and you observe the many areas of financial need to operate a school, there's a lot of need here. We have, for instance, not only a tuition assistance need to increase that so more families can come, there are capital needs that are ongoing, improvements and programs, and debt reduction is another area that this fund will strongly impact. The opportunity to have some flexibility within the operating budget for wage increases for faculty and staff. It's not an unknown that in this economic time of distress that many schools have not only had to put a freeze on wages, but in some schools have had to actually have a wage decrease. So it is our desire to not have to depend on increasing tuition to be able to give our faculty and staff wage increases. Overall, all the areas that we've talked about, tuition assistance, affordability, which links into that, capital improvements, debt reduction, flexibility for wage increases and things like that, just flexibility to the operating budget. I think moreover, what really pulls at my heart is the ability for the Heritage mission to continue for future generations. If Heritage would disappear tomorrow, would it impact this world? And I believe it would, because we are raising up future Christian worldview leaders, and we desperately need them during these times. And this fund will ensure that that impact that they will make on the world tomorrow will happen.